Hi everyone, Toridey. It's another beautiful day, and like always, if I want information, I reach out to people who can give me what I want. Welcome to Toridey, bro.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
My own brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you speaking French, English, pidgin, or?
You know that pigeon, you give me a hard time with that pigeon. You know, I still try to have that pigeon going on, but
Yeah.
it's tough. I've learned quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's much better now.
How's everything? How's family?
Family's good, man. God thanks.
I learned you were sick, but you're feeling better because you started training.
Yeah, I did. Now I had back surgery about 7 weeks ago.
Okay.
So it was tough, but for the love of the game and my own body, I started to train ahead of the time, and I still go over physical therapy. I just had physical therapy this morning, so I try to keep pushing my body for my own self first.
Oh, that's good. So the tournament. Let's talk about the tournament first.
Yeah.
Everybody was expecting Arlington Veterans to win because financially they were fit. When it comes to players and even the technical team, they were good. What happened?
Oh man, yeah, there is a combination of so many different elements, but of course we're gonna take responsibility and accountability for some of those. Internally, we could have done better. Like you mentioned, I'm sure we're favorite even to ourselves. Anything decide winning a trophy for us is defeat. So first game 4-0, second game 4-0, third game 2-0, and then the knockout rounds, we get it win, get eliminated on the penalty kicks. But I think despite the own element internally that we can handle, there were some external factors that were not fair to us and not for any other teams who abide by the rules, right? And I think there are considerations and thought around that aspect. Arlington, where I can say was one of the few teams, if not the only team, that abide by the age rules and brought everybody veteran above 35 years of age. And we have some great players, so some other teams, I'm not gonna name any, but some other teams did not do that, by those rules. So, but I don't want to make any excuse. We will come back stronger. We going back to the drawing board, see what didn't work out, make some adjustment. We had great talent, a lot of talent, right? Great coaching staff, great presidents who leads us, and very dedicated guy. So we come back stronger.
Let's go to the beginning. So tell us about who are you, your names, and where you were born, where you're from.
So I'm Thierry. I in a part of this community now I've been here for the past 3 years in this huge community for Arlington Veterans. I live in the area, more specifically Mansfield, and I've been in the U.S. for almost 19, 18, 20 years, something like that. So yeah, I try to, and I found this group of gentlemen by the love of the game soccer. So I didn't know there was such a group here doing that thing. Yeah, and now I'm local. I'm dedicated to my people. Yeah.
You're the vice president.
Yes, I am. Yes, so our current president, J.B. Johnson Bindawi, who is very known in the community, primarily because of his heart for the person who he is. Yeah, once he became president, I had somewhat pulled back from the group for personal reasons. And he called me personally and asked me to stay in the place of vice president because one of our brothers that we had at that time in that position was unable for personal reasons. So he actually asked GB, and I had a conversation that I was the best fit. So I told GB I would stay in it with him under some very specific strict rules as of not that I gave my condition. It was okay with it. So that's how I ended up being here in Arlington.
Arlington Veterans, what is the group all about?
First and foremost, primary group is about each other. It's about being your brother's keeper, right? And bound is football, where they call here soccer. So we have grown so much, and we have learned to love each other, and we have gone through so much together even a tragedy. You know, when a couple of years ago we lost one of our key members, and I think that tragedy made us realize exactly what our purpose was, which is to serve each other as brother, and most ultimately our community. So through the love of the game and passion for soccer that we all have.
Okay, so Arlington Veteran is just a group of Cameroonians, because I know you're from Cameroon. Is it just a group of Cameroonians or?
No, actually not. We have brothers from other nationalities, other origins. We believe it or not, we do, and that's actually what makes us strong. That diversity. We have brothers from Nigeria. We have brothers from Ghana. We have brothers from Liberia. We have brothers from other communities. So it's an open group, primarily which was Cameroonian, but we understand that what makes us strong is diversity, is different perspective, people from different origin, different background, look at things from different lenses. Is what makes us who we are. So definitely, it's not restricted. I wouldn't be a part of it if it was just very restrictive, because we live in the U.S., right? So we cannot say we're going to be just restricted when we know even in Cameroon ourselves.
Okay, so let's go back to the national tournament. On a scale of 1 to 10, how successful do you think the tournament was?
For us, specifics for Arlington, if you're going to base on different, from football aspect, like I mentioned earlier, anything less than winning the tournament to us is not considered a victory. Beside that, for us, the way we carry ourselves, there's always room for improvement. So I would ourselves at 8. There's always room for improvement.
So generally, the national committee, the organization and all that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how you?
As for the national committee, what they did, I know they did their best. It's very difficult to give them a rating, being from outside looking in. I'm sure they did their best, but there are a lot of things that need to be addressed. Yeah, I think they can do much better. It's hard for me to give a specific rating on those, because there's some information in there that I don't have.
Okay, so if you were made the president of the national tournament, the national veterans, let's say the national veterans today,
yes, sir.
What is that first thing you will implement to make the whole idea, the whole project better?
So I will definitely implement the fact that the age restriction, that's one thing that I want, because it takes the fun out for people who are truly veteran and come there and realize they have to run with guys much younger than them, and that takes away the fun of the game.
That's true.
Yeah, in that case, we should just go there and sit outside and watch other people play, right? Because with 35, 40 years old, chasing after a kid of mid-20s genetically and biologically, it doesn't work that way.
That's true.
Right? So that's one thing. And I don't think the national NVT and the president and his staff, Mr. Tongwa, I don't think they intended for that to happen.
Yes.
I think they enforce the rules to the best of the knowledge, what they have. But I think, as I was talking to someone, it needs to be enforced at each team level. Yeah. Each team needs to have some type of pride.
Yes.
Would you be happy to come and win a tournament knowing that you have cheated? Yeah. So I think it's some of that pride and ego, and that we are at Arlington. But we come with all our players knowing that they're meeting the age requirement, and win or lose, we know we have fought a good fight, and we gave everything that we have. I think every team needs to internally look at how they do things. And so the agenda needs to be pushed from the NVT, from the national level, but ultimately is each jurisdiction of Arlington, of veterans that need to enforce those rules to make it.
That's true. So, Suni was a high school scorer.
Yeah.
I think this is his first season with Arlington Veterans.
His first? No, that's not his first season.
With Arlington Veterans.
Oh yes, that's his first season with Arlington Veterans, right?
Okay. How did he feel?
Oh, that felt good to have someone to support us in that aspect and to come as a best scorer. But obviously, he didn't do it alone, right? He did it because we have some amazing talents. Because you have the Gani, the Zamo, the Sako or the defenders in the back. All those guys who push the ball forward for him to score. So, yeah. So he's I know it's an individual trophy for him, which I am very happy for him. But it's still individual trophy in a sport, in a team sport.
Wow. So if you were to make something better for Arlington veterans that can help them win the tournament next year, what would that be?
I would say constant preparation. Right? Constant preparation. We gotta be constant in preparation, in the physical. Success is what you do when nobody is watching.
That's true.
Right? So we practice twice a week. But what makes us a great team is what each individual does when he's by himself, when nobody's watching. Right? So that's one thing I think as a person is one commitment we can make to ourselves and to each other. In terms of the being physical ready for the games, I think that's something that we can do.
Wow. I think the national committee has a new president now. What do you think? Do you think things will go from good to better, or?
Yeah, the national committee, I think Mr. Tongwa again, who just exited the presidency, did an amazing job in organizing this. My hat goes off to him. And the new president happened to be, I believe, from Ireland.
Which is Texas.
Yeah, which is Texas.
DFW.
Exactly. Again, so that let us know that we have some very, very well committed people in our area, right? And I know they will pick up from what the former, in this sense, government did, and they push the envelope forward. Perfection is unattainable, right? It's unattainable, let's be aware. But it's progression. The tournament this year wasn't where it was the last time. We constantly climbing. As long as we keep that momentum and moving forward, we're going to reach where you want to be. Right? So I really do believe that the new organization will do what is needed to continue the agenda.
What is your message to the new president?
You have the support from Arlington Veterans. We're there to support you in any capacity that we can, and we wish you the best.
What's your message to your fellow Arlington players, those who were there and those who were not there?
I want to thank them. I've been with Arlington for 3 years. This is the most discipline I've seen my guys being. Right? The support that we have and the commitment we have, our players who are dedicated. It was the ambiance, the atmosphere were unbelievable. The discipline of the guys on the pitch, on and off the pitch, the way the coach was on us, and everybody maintained that discipline, and that's what it takes to win those tournaments. So I want to take first and foremost, thank you for that, guys. I can never thank you more than enough. And me acting as a president during the tournament, they made my job easier because of that element of discipline, right? So thank you for that. We come back to the drawing board. We go back at it. We're back stronger again. There's no sunshine without rain. So yeah, we'll be back, be better, be stronger.
There are rumors of a DFW tournament. How true is that?
I haven't heard about it, but I know that there was some intent of doing it for a few months now. And I think personally it's a great idea because we have so many teams down here. So we can have a local tournament. For one, it will keep us in shape, and for two, it will keep us in check with every team and elaborate that communication. So I'm for it. I think they've been talking about it, so I think it's time to do it. It's time to make it happen.
Oh man, thank you very much for coming, and I think I'm Arlington veteran myself.
Yeah.
To tell you guys, as a team, I feel like we did a good job, especially the administration. I was very, very impressed with the way they organized and ordered, and I feel like if we can keep that momentum and continue to add just the physical aspect, like you said, I think we'll get better. Even if we're not going to win, we'll get to some place and someday we'll finally win.
Absolutely. Yeah, as I know how many of your audience know that you're part of Arlington, a big part of Arlington. Matter of fact, you're more of Arlington now than I am. Look at your shirt, right? So, yeah, so thank you for coming. I consider you as a friend. You've been a big part of what we do and a big motivator on the field. I know your voice carries a lot, believe it or not. I know some people always talk about Sako is a calm to that storm on the field, and thank you for that, Sako. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any day, anytime, if you feel like Toridey can be of help to Arlington veterans or the community, just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank Toridey for the opportunity for having us today.
Oof, yeah. Small Toridey, I forget until I forget for talk pidgin. No, I for making me talk pidgin.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.